Now, let's get the latest from the Target 12 investigator. Steph Machado joins us now live in studio here to talk about this week's news in Providence.
Now, Steph, we just spoke with the mayor about that police captain charged with assault in the capital city. A quick warning that we will be showing you the video of that head slamming incident in just a few moments. What happens next in this case against Captain Steve Jancarella?
Well, there's really two legal cases here now, guys. There's the criminal case against the captain who was charged yesterday, and then there's an administrative case, the effort to fire him from the city. That process is paused now until his criminal case is over. That is required by a state law called the Law Enforcement Officers Bill of Rights. So it won't be until after Captain Jancarella's trial, and if he's convicted after his appeal, that the city could even hold that Leobor hearing to fire him, which takes place before a panel of 3 law enforcement officers. Jancarella, in the meantime, is getting paid a 6-figure salary, tax-free, on injury leave. In terms of the criminal case, he is due back in court in September for a pre-trial hearing in this case, and as we've reported, he's accused of excessive force when he slammed a man's head to the ground while arresting him back in July.
Well, Steph, this case is reminiscent that of another Providence police officer, Joseph Hanley, who was convicted of assault last year and is appealing the case. He is still employed by the city. Where does this case stand right now?
Right, so Sergeant Joseph Hanley is actually scheduled to go on trial for a second time next month. That could get delayed, but similarly to Captain Jancarella, Sergeant Hanley was charged with assaulting a man while arresting him back in April 2020. And while the chief recommended Hanley be fired, his Leobor hearing still has not taken place because he's appealing his conviction. Hanley is on unpaid suspension. He is still entitled to benefits. He was paid for the first 6 months of his suspension. That case just shows how long it can take to fire a Providence police officer accused of a crime because of that state law. In Hanley's case, more than 2.5 years and counting. So it could be just as long for Captain Jancarella unless he chooses to retire or take a plea deal rather than go to trial. I should say Jancarella did plead not guilty yesterday.
All right, Steph, switching gears now to politics. We're just weeks away from the primary election in Massachusetts. That was the focus on Newsmakers today.
That's right. We talk a lot here about the Rhode Island primary election coming up on September 13th, but our viewers in Massachusetts, their primary is even sooner on September the 6th. So during this weekend's taping of Newsmakers today, our politics editor Ted Nesi spoke to Samantha Gross from the Boston Globe about all the key races in Massachusetts, from governor to attorney general, Bristol County sheriff, and more. You can watch that online now or this weekend on Newsmakers.
You can tell summertime is almost over. It's almost the primary time.
Exactly. We're in the home stretch, and it's going to be an exciting few weeks.
All right, Steph, thank you very much.